Hi everyone, welcome to Frugal Lifestyle. The video I'm about to show you is from yesterday. The winds came in and they were very strong when I was outside in the garden, and the audio is not good. I'm going to go ahead and put it out anyway. It was very challenging just to be out there, to be honest. I didn't get the tilling done, but I did pick up some leaves, and then some more leaves flew back in over the fence line in front of the side door. Well, that's life. Yeah, it's not always perfect, but we need to strive to be more productive and to avoid waste, avoid food waste especially is what I'm talking about, and provide for others and be considerate of others. Giving back to food pantries, which is one of my plans for the future, and growing a garden and sharing with your neighbors and your family, that is very important. Now it is fall time. The garden is looking very rustic and not very pretty, to be honest. And as far as being perfect, it's far from perfect, but it is our little space here in Columbus, Ohio, in the inner city. Very noisy place, especially during the day. At night, sometimes noisy too with the sirens. But we make the best of it here. We're striving to be friendly with our neighbors. After COVID, it was a lot better to get out and be among people and not be so isolated. But here we are, and we had a wonderful summer, a little on the hot side. Fluctuations in temperature sometimes affect older people's health, and other people too, younger people, especially people with allergies. And I haven't been up to par exactly. I've had problems with allergies and headaches, migraines. I'm just glad to get out there in the garden finally after 2 weeks. I'm an earth child and I just love being in tune with nature. So I want to share this video with you, and you will see that it is far from perfect. Do not look for perfection. If you're going to watch my channel, it's called Frugal Lifestyle for a reason. We are down to earth. We are rustic. And the leaves that fall from the tree can be used into the soil for next year's garden. That's why we purchased the expensive mulcher. My husband wanted a really good one, and he got a good one. So we'll continue on. I had filmed an intro outside. The hood blew up, my hoodie blew up, hair flying everywhere. It was horrendous, a horrendous sight, like from a horror movie. I didn't want you to see that. This is a lot more attractive here in the house with the winds not blowing and howling. Okay, I'll let you see it. Let me know what you think. This is real. This is a very realistic depiction of a city garden. An older couple trying to maintain their yard and control leaves from a tree. And the best way to do it is put it back into the earth.
The leaves that have accumulated by our back door, I need to clean these up. I'm going to put them into a recycle bag, a paper bag. We are going to try out the mulcher.
I wanted to do it today because it's nice out, but my husband went for a motorcycle ride. And he's in charge of the mulcher. He wants to try it out first.
And the oak tree still has plenty more leaves, but they are falling all over the place, believe it or not. Many have fallen already. We have many more to fall. I mean, it's gorgeous. It's just too close to the house, obviously. Whoever thought to plant an oak tree back in 1948 right next to a house? They must have been out of their mind. I don't know. Here from the front porch, we see a pathway. I put these stepping stones here because it would get muddy there. We used to have bushes right here too. We had the bushes removed last year. It was not real cheap to have them removed, but it was a lot cheaper than what that tree's going to have just to trim the lower branches alone. Yeah, it's a pretty big tree. It really feels comfortable standing underneath it. Yeah, the squirrels, they love this tree. I worry about them going into the street and getting hit by a car, so I don't like to see too many squirrels out in front. But occasionally they'll run up the tree. and one had built a nest, and the nest fell, and it was on the ground. Actually, my husband ran over it with a lawnmower, which is good for the grass because that's good fertilizer for the grass. But I've seen it where this was, every inch was covered with brown leaves, brown oak leaves. And by Thanksgiving, that's what you'll see. Still have some flowers. This is snapdragon, and these are gorgeous. The neighbor gave them to me. She had more than what she needed, and she had not watered them. They were in from the nursery. They were in a flat. There were only like 6 plants, and they just took off really well. They were real little itty bitty things, dried out and needed watered. And so I tried to bring them back to life, and looks like I did. And I can't believe how long snapdragons last throughout the fall. They're a very hardy flower, as you can see. And this might be a perennial. It didn't say what kind of flower it is, but I'll have to research it. My daughter gave this to me for Easter, and it's gorgeous. It's another flower, another plant back here that grew some kind of flower. I think they were pink or red. So these are perennials, and I don't have any idea what kind of perennials they are because the tag didn't say. Looks like they might come back next year. I think they're beautiful. I'm just thankful to have them because I don't have very many other flowers that have bloomed. I think this is it, actually, between these two. I can look out there and see, but I don't think we have anything besides lavender. Look at that. I'm thankful to have lavender. There's a lupin right there, and I'm going to buy another plant next year. Or I could try planting by seed. This came up by seed. It was the only one that came up, and it's going strong as a perennial. So I got a good deal because one lupin plant is expensive at Oakland Nursery. And that pack of seeds only cost probably $2.10, barely over $2 to get one plant, one perennial that would sell for probably $8, I would say, or more, depending on the size of the plant. That was worth it to me. I would like to have had more, but the other seeds didn't make it. And that was from it's been about a year and a half ago. It was the spring of 24, I believe, when I planted this. It was real pretty in the summer. I don't know if I showed you. I was so busy with so many other projects throughout the yard. And the parsley I need to pick and put in the oven, dehydrate it so we can have dried parsley over the winter. Before we have a hard frost, I need to be doing that. Look at all that parsley. Isn't that amazing? This was from seed, one pack of seeds, and it grew all this parsley. The best year for parsley ever. And I think I did throw some compost in this, just a little bit. That really helped. Compost manure is wonderful. Just a little bit goes a long way. I got my hood up, but the wind is blowing. And you can see my hair is still blowing underneath the hood. And I'm just looking around, and there's still a lot of tilling I needed to do. And I've been putting kitchen scraps, and I just throw it directly on the ground and mix it in with the soil when I do the tilling. And this is the tilling I'm doing to prepare for the spring. And I'll have to use a shovel because we don't have a tiller yet, but you can see where I need to till and where we laid down straw and eggshells. All this grass area can be tilled for a garden. And we have to have a pathway through here, just so I know how far I'm going to come out. Yeah, I'm just estimating it right now. To do this on a blueprint on paper would be easier. All this is going to be tilled. We have some shade back here because of this tree next door. I think I'll just till all of this. What do you think? Let me know. Back by the back side fence, actually, I think I could create a pathway that's as wide as this door and have this tilled through here. Walking backwards from that door, but as far as width, this way, about 5 feet would be pathway. And then so we could do some tilling right here on this side. This all could be tilled, and I could have a garden here. And I think it would do really well. I'm extremely excited about this. I just hope we get that tiller. Just hope and pray I can get one at a good cost. We got to hold off on it a little while, but I need to get it by the spring. Anyway, that is my plan in my head for the backyard garden. And with the tiller, we can make it happen. I might check around. There might be someone in the neighborhood that has a tiller they're willing to sell to me that they don't use anymore. You never know, right? I can check Facebook Marketplace. I don't want to meet up with some strange person and who knows what they might do. I've heard horror stories about that. But I do want to check around and see if I can get a tiller. And if it's used, if it's cheap enough, and as long as it's in good shape, because Danny will have to check it out. He's very mechanically inclined and he understands about tools and equipments and all that. We might buy a used tiller if we think it's worth buying, if it's going to last. Yeah. But through here, I wanted more rhubarb. Yeah, I plan on, and I'm very loyal to Oakland Nursery. I want to get a couple more rhubarb plants, and hopefully they'll be more like this one and less like that little rut over there. So we'll have 2 more rhubarbs, and then I'll figure out what else I can grow through here. I usually had flowers through here, but I can have flowers in that garden over there, and there's another area I'm going to till. So I've got to have my zinnias. They make me happy. Got some new blooms here on the snow peas. We'll see if they produce anything. We don't have a whole lot going on. I already harvested. It wasn't much on this trellis here. This was a fall crop that I planted in late summer, so it just didn't do well. I have better luck with the spring crops, and I want to do starter plants inside anyway. That should be a big improvement. Yeah, if this kale comes back, because sometimes they do, that will be fine. If it gets in the way, I'll just have to cut it back. So I'll do yellow potatoes here and red potatoes there, and that will be amazing. That will be planted in early spring, and then we'll have a harvest, and they come up quickly. By midsummer, we'll do turnips and carrots through here. And I have a carrot growing right now. It's way down there. I got to dig it out. I'll take out this lemon balm, and we'll put rhubarb through here. I really want lots of rhubarb. I don't know. I had bushel green beans here one year, but I don't want to do bushel green beans. I'm thinking about a trellis. It's not going to get very much sun. I'll have to rethink that. So maybe snow peas. Yeah. Okay, I think I'll put the snow peas here in one area with 2 or 3 trellises. Yeah, for the spring. Danny loves snow peas, so I don't want to disappoint him. I'm back here again because I want a giant trellis over this strawberry/pumpkin garden, and I want it to have pole beans and maybe more than one kind. I think this will be amazing. I've been throwing in kitchen scraps to fertilize the sweet potato garden and get it ready. So this can all be tilled and then covered with mulched leaves for preparation of next year's planting. And we need to till this too. This will be where we're going to be growing something first thing in the spring, before I plant pumpkin seeds, before I do the tilling and plant pumpkin and squash seeds. We're going to grow something through here. I'm going to make good use of this space. It is full sun. And then the pumpkins are going to be here, with just 2 rows of corn near the fence line. And there's a lot of work to be done. I need to break them up ahead of time and make it easier to put in the mulcher. So that's a job I could do. I'll straighten up the scarecrows, but the wind keeps blowing them around. The decorations just don't look that great. Oh well. What can you say? That's life, isn't it?